I'm like mining up the wall, stealth mission, and like extending all these vines as much as I can real quick, and then going back into the wall to hide. So it looks like they're growing actively. Oh my god, I'm just like, think about it now, like looking back, like, I don't know if I've ever been that happy about winning an event ever.
If you could be any Spider-Man, who would you be and why? Alright lads, welcome back to InsideMC, the part of the podcast where I sit down with an amazing guest every single week. However, this week is slightly different. For some bizarre reason, don't really know why he's actually here. We have AJX.
Hello. Thanks for having me on, good sir.
A bit out of your depths here. No, AJ, you're normally on midweek MC.
Yes.
Why are you here today?
The big leagues. Well, we have an extremely exciting guest today, and I wanted to be involved because I'm a big fan of this guest. So yes, I'm here today, and yeah, very excited.
Are you going to introduce him then? If you're such a big fan? I thought I'd let you do it because if you're here, I might as well utilize you as much as I can. No.
Thank you. Today we have on the one and only Antfrost.
Oh, yay!
Welcome in. How are you?
Studio applause.
Studio applause. I'm great. AJX, funny you said you're a fan because like I'm also a fan. I have that. You already know. I watch the YouTube videos every MCC, every event that comes out.
Jeez. That's sweet. AJ's a fan of Antfrost, and Antfrost watches AJ's MCC videos. Oh my god, this is going to be a good podcast. Like, so you're already getting along perfectly. I knew it'd be good to have you here co-host today, AJ.
Thank you.
So, Ant, jumping straight into it, before, because I had this awful habit of like talking away before we actually let you introduce yourself. So, making sure while I have you here at a silent part, who are you? What do you do? If you have a fun fact, please share with the listeners today.
Oh, I'm awful at introductions. Okay. I'm Antfrost. Was pretty much only streaming. YouTube, not my thing. So I have stuck to Twitch streaming. I do like Minecraft streams, a little variety here and there. I don't know if I have any fun facts prepared. I wasn't warned.
Don't mean to put you on
I have
the
one
spot,
people
sorry.
might not know.
Okay.
I'm terrible at introductions. I don't think I've ever given a good introduction.
I don't think many people know that Antfrost is a twin.
True. Actually, I guess that is a fun fact. I am a twin.
I mean,
there was like
a
a time period for a while where like that was found out, and then like give it a couple of months, and then people will find out again. People would freak out, and then like rinse and repeat.
Do you look alike? Or like, is it like...
Yeah, well,
are you, like,
we don't as much now. We're identical.
That's
yeah.
the word, yeah. I don't know why that's in my head.
Like, growing up, we definitely, like, very, very hard to tell apart. I think now we, like, have our own look and, you know, this and that, but, like, you could very easily tell that we're twins. We're, like, be next to each other.
I mean, so technically, if you were to play in another MCC Twitch Rivals, they could actually just sneak in. If you got on well, for example, they could just fill in for you and no one would know. Other than maybe how you're acting.
It's like, my viewers wouldn't be able to figure it out, but honestly, he could probably sneak by. And it would be like, I don't know how noticeable it would be. He just have like not talk to like Scott. Scott would probably be able to tell.
Just lost their voice, maybe.
Yeah,
that could actually work.
That would be really bad for streaming. That would be awful for streaming and playing competitive video games.
And you could use like AI, like have like a voice thing, like where you like type it in and speak. It wouldn't be useful for call outs.
Honestly, like with the mics they had us using at the last Twitch Rivals, it might be okay.
Oh, true.
It was a little like loud.
It was so funny. There's like this one purpled clip, and I love it so much. I watch it like, you know, whenever it pops up on like the timeline, for example. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what it is, and I just watch it every single time. Anyways,
I'm hoping that the microphones are better the next one. They learn from them.
I hope so. Yeah.
You haven't been announced for Europe, Antfrost.
I'm not going to TwitchCon in Europe, so yeah.
No!
Do you know how unfortunate this is?
I get it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, please.
No, I was gonna say my money. It's a little expensive to travel, you know, and
yeah,
it's TwitchCon NA, and
that is fair. It's still heartbreaking, but fair.
Every single, like, I think for the last 3 Inside MCs, I've had like an MCC guest on, and every single one of them haven't been European, and not a single one of them is going to MCC Twitch Rivals Europe. And it's just like I'm trying to like hype it up on the podcast, like, oh my god, but nobody's going. It's so awkward.
I'll be sitting at home enjoying and watching. I'm excited to watch. I think it'll be like, it was a cool event to play in last time, and I think it'll be a really cool event to watch. So
I'm looking forward
I'm
to
so
it.
excited for it.
You're kind of like linking back to the fun factor to kind of build on it a little bit. Cause, obviously, we're not going to spend the entire podcast talking about your twin. I just think it's cool to build on it. Is that your twin's also in the content creation space, right?
Yeah, he does content creation here. He hasn't been super active recently. He does stream occasionally. The name is up there, yeah. He goes by Craft Clay Online, and he'll still stream in events like Pandora's Box or Block Wars, stuff like that, or Block Wars Origins.
A few events here and there, definitely seen.
Yeah.
I think it's good to maybe start from the beginning with how you sort of got into content creation and whether that was your plan to begin with, because you sort of, well, I obviously know where you came from and how it came to be, but I'm sure a lot of people have no idea, and now you're a very big streamer and you're in a lot of MCCs and so on, and a big name on the roster. So I was wondering, where did it all begin?
Where did it all begin? I never planned to do content creation like ever. I was studying in college and living at home and doing all that, and I got a message from Dream asking if I wanted to if I would be down to do manhunts and sort of try and join content creation, just give it a try. I was like, well, I'm not doing anything else. I have my college work and I'm living at home. Like, why not? It's like I have the time for it. It could be fun. Maybe I'll like it. And then it just sort of went from there. So definitely not planned at all.
I'm correct in saying you were the fourth hunter, right? Added.
Yeah, I was the fourth one added on.
Oh, which one would that been? It's closer to the end than the beginning, but fair route in.
Yeah, I think it was around late middle maybe. There was a fair amount of manhunts before that, but
2020. Oh wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that long ago. My gosh.
So, but why do you if you weren't making content at the time? Why did you know each other in person, or what was the deal there?
I had known like everybody from the Manhunt crew for years before. It's from a mutual Minecraft server that we were all staff on and friends on. And that's where I had met Dream and Bad Boy Halo, and all of them. We all knew each other from that. I think just having a good dynamic was important, and since I knew everybody in the group and we were all friends and whatnot, it was just easy to integrate in,
Yeah, and bounce off each other and so on.
Yeah, exactly.
How was those? Obviously, you've been playing Minecraft for a while and so on, but I would say you're much better at Minecraft now than you were originally when starting those videos.
Yeah. I was a 1.8 player going into Manhunt, and I think my Minecraft skill was good. I just think that there were areas I definitely could have improved in, which I think I have.
How was it sort of getting into that? Because obviously you know them very well, and it's still you're friends with them. But how is it sort of jumping into that dynamic and understanding the role of the manhunt?
It took some adjusting, starting up and doing it and stuff. I hadn't done anything like that, let alone also being for a YouTube video and for content creation, and jumping all of that was very new and foreign to me, and I had never even done anything remotely close to that. So it was hard. It wasn't. I won't even lie. It was hard to get into, and then also figuring out the group dynamic. Okay, what are you doing? For your part on the hunter side, and this and that was all it was a lot to take in.
Am I remembering? Was it you or Bad Boy Hello? Just one manhunt had to just mine the entire time.
Ages. That was probably me.
Yeah,
I think I was sort of designated just miner,
and the whole time I'm pretty sure you were mining to get them gear so they
No, I was usually designated miner because I won't lie, I was not that great at PvP back then. I was okay, especially shields. I hate shields. I'll say it now. I'm sure I'll say it later on in the podcast. I hate shield combat. I don't understand it. Well, I do, but I'm not good at it, and it's just I would much rather just be a support and get stuff for the team and assist in that way than combat.
I know it's bad to say, right, because I guess everyone did this. I was actually one of the people who've just never seen a Dream Manhunt. So you guys are talking, and I didn't even I should have already watched one for research, but I didn't. So you guys are talking about this whole mining thing. AJ remembers it so well, as opposed to me, who's just never seen one before. So it's so interesting to hear. Obviously I knew you were in them, I knew that much, but I just never. I guess it's a bit weird, right? My attention span didn't used to be all that. and I run a podcast which I record for long amounts of time and edit them, so it's a bit ironic that I can't watch like a long YouTube video. But nowadays, like if he did them nowadays and like it was still kind of, I guess, in a trendy era, if that makes any sense, I probably would, because I came up with, well, it wasn't me actually, I stole it from Fulham, to watch YouTube videos on 2x speed, and now I can actually watch like longer videos, and it's amazing. So, but yeah, just back then, I guess it's also because like at the time I was a Bedrock creator, so I didn't really pay too much attention to Java content. But nowadays I'm fully like, I watch your streams, I'm fully in it.
These youth and their bad attention
but I mean,
span.
it's not about a bad attention span. I think it's because I was just a Bedrock creator, so I didn't have the attention span to care about watching Java content.
Fair enough.
But nowadays,
your rivals, basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the time, I had this big mindset of like, oh, Bedrock's gonna take over. Oh, Java, screw Java creators, they hate Bedrock. Oh. And now I'm one of the Java creators who hate Bedrocks. It's really ironic.
I think this is a difficult question because it was so long ago. I mean, the last one was in like 2022, I think. But what do you have like a specific best memory from your side in the Manhunt series?
Honestly, probably just like just having fun messing around. Like either be just like we're just mining and saying dumb jokes or singing, or just doing dumb stuff like that.
I do remember a lot of singing. It's just, somewhere up there's a lot of singing. And obviously from there you get introduced to the Dream SMP not long after. You must have been very quickly into there, if not before then.
I think my very first stream was on the Dream SMP.
Oh wow.
Whenever, yeah. When I first stream. I don't remember. I think a Manhunt either come out at that point or like was going to come out. And there was a planned like Mr. Beast event on the Dream SMP.
Oh, I remember.
To get a bunch of gift cards. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, this would be a good time as any to stream, I guess, for our first stream. So I ended up hopping on and going live and running around for like 5 hours doing more or less nothing, but it was a good stream. I did it with Awesome Dude, and we had a fun time. It was a good introduction stream, I think.
I mean,
I've just looked up and it was 18 days after your first Manhunt video.
Yeah.
September 9th, 2020, right? September 29th, September 29th.
Dream SMP was September 23rd.
Oh, because there's looking at so I use a site called Twitch Tracker. It's like easy to like look at people's stats and stuff. It says here that your first stream was on Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. So maybe I should have missed it. But yeah, I mean, you had a pretty good first stream according to this, averaging over 4 digits. So a good start into content creation, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start.
My specific first memory from you was in the saddest animation, the one of the Manberg War, where you'd obviously sort of made your own faction in a way. Mm-hmm. Well, you were in Bad Boy Halo's faction, I say.
The Egg Pyre.
Yeah.
Well, it was before the Egg Pie, I think.
Well, it was the Badlands.
I know about the
Red
Egg faction. Have I skipped a law point here? Sorry, my bad.
You've skipped a law point.
I'm so excited to know the facts, and I'm just wrong.
Don't worry. I think the Egg was probably your biggest role, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That all sort of came about. I think I can't remember what big event had just happened, and we were like, okay, well, let's pick our own group and do things then. And like that wasn't. I don't even think that was planned, from what I remember. I could be wrong, but like the whole Badlands thing just sort of came about because we just been yapping and talking, and then it just sort of happened. And then I think it partially happened because like even though we were all on the server, like obviously people were friends with people, and prefer to do content with one way or another. Not that anybody hates each other or anything. It was just like these people make good content together, so they go and do lore bit say this and that. That was sort of the same for our group as that came about, and yeah.
Yeah, and then you took part in a bunch of the mini wars, should we say, before basically the big arc for you was, I would definitely say, the Egg Pyre.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of work that went into planning that one. Well, not the beginning. That was also sort of a random thing that happened. Bad had DM me. I was like, get on the server, and he was like just putting these red vines everywhere. I remember he was like walking around with somebody, and then like I was like hiding in the walls, and they would go like walk by and notice something. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then as they went away, I'm like mining up the wall, stealth mission, and like extending all these vines as much as I can real quick, and then going back into the wall to hide. So it looks like they're growing actively. And then they just sort of spawned from that.
You were the first person corrupted, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that the red during like your Egg Pyre arc, you did a red banquet.
Yeah, that was definitely like top 2 moment, maybe top top what maybe for best moment on Dream SMP I enjoyed doing anyways.
I know why. I know what it was inspired you from, but I must ask, why was that inspired from that?
Huh?
Like, it wasn't
was
a
that?
Red Banquet based on like the Game of Thrones Red Wedding, or no? Or am I just wrong?
I don't think, not that I had any input on. Maybe somebody else was inspired by that when we came up with it. That would be a question for Bad Boy Halo. I have no idea.
Well, I guess.
But I get the similarity though. I do get the similarity.
So, what was your like opinions on? You said your like top 2 favorite, but why?
It was, I think, because I was like, I guess involved first and foremost. Like I didn't do a ton of lore on the server, but like in terms of like lore and having moments, that was definitely a big one for me. And it was fun to be able to like work with Bad and Puffy and Sam and everybody else, sort of planning that out and having it, play out. Because there have been like probably a month or 2 of build up going up to that.
Yes.
With just random lore bits and this and that we had been doing. So being able to like plan all of that out and actually have it play out was really cool. And I mean, I felt like most people on the server did show up to it, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was a big
like it was a pretty big event. Yeah.
Well, out of interest, what's your other favorite moment then?
Honestly, probably just like random stuff messing around with Bad Boy Halo, just running around with friends. Like, I mean, lore was fun. I don't think I was a good actor. I'll be the first to say it. So I think just having moments where you can just run around and like do dumb stuff. Like I remember I had traveled out like 1,000 blocks in the Nether to try and bring a panda back because I had a little zoo exhibit. And we built this giant Nether bridge, and just doing that with Bad and Sam, just running around and just doing goofy, silly stuff like that. It was definitely fun.
Yeah, and then you had is it the prison arc after that as well? After the egg?
Yeah, that was after. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was one of the prison guards, and that was, oh my gosh, that building that was like I helped Sam building that. Like that was a lot of late night off building because that was a massive build. Yeah. I was only building like the walls. I didn't build the inside stuff. I didn't know how it worked. He had like crazy redstone contraptions that I still don't really understand how they functioned or work. But that was definitely like one of the coolest things to see get built on the Dream SMP, I think, was how the prison worked and just like how massive it was. Because Sam, I don't even know how many hours he spent working on that.
So everything on the SMP was just all hand built then, because this is something I watched this with my brothers back in 2020, going into 2021 and 2022, obviously. And just eventually we were just like, they must be using some sort of thing to do this because it's crazy, like the level build. And obviously Sam's a very good builder, but still
I didn't do any off stream mining for that. I was simply a block placer because I was lazy. And I was sitting there and place blocks, but I wasn't gonna go to the Nether and mine it.
You'd already done all your mining on the Dream manhunts. Kind of had enough.
Yeah, I had enough of my mining. I did my portion.
I may be completely wrong in this again. I'm so sorry because I kept up with the Dream SMP, but just on loads. I'm just doing this based on hopefully doing my research right. Didn't you have a canon death in a Dream SMP, or did you survive till the end?
I had one canon death at the Red Banquet.
Oh, you did die in that. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I got killed by Puffy.
And then you came back.
Yeah, because it was like something 3 lives.
Yeah, you lost 2 of your lives.
I don't know what the second one was. Sure. This is like actually making me think now.
I think you died near the end of Dream SMP.
Yeah, it
was
like
bad. Yeah, because you were one of the only people.
Yeah,
you were one of the only people who actually got their kind of story arc finished in a way, rather than just like ending and being like. I guess that second death was kind of like your see off of Dream SMP.
I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, I guess that sounds right.
So it was in a fight with Bad Boy Halo.
Yeah.
The egg.
Yeah. You're right.
These were all 2 years ago, which is
this is a while ago.
Yeah. You haven't come prepared and knowing all your facts from 2 years ago. This is outrageous. I expected better.
I still feel like it's 2020. I can't.
Hopefully not. I mean, I kind of like 2024 at the moment. In 2020, the podcast didn't exist.
True.
Nor did we know each other, AJ. So
okay, maybe I should say I still feel 20 rather than.
There you go. But then that means you're younger than me. So,
Oh my gosh! If only I wouldn't get all the old jokes.
Kind of steering this back a little bit to the beginning of time. Obviously, you got into content because like you joined the Dream Manhunts and you decided to stream Dream SMP. What made you choose the name Antfrost?
Ooh.
This is like a name I had gone by just for like forever online. I think it was something that I came up with just from like a book series that I had read when I was a kid, and then like that was when what was I? I must have been like I don't know, 13, 14, a young Antfrost, who came up with this, and then like ever since then, this has sort of been my online alias.
Has there been any confusion over the fact your name's Antfrost and your skin is a cat?
I don't think so. I didn't have a cat skin for the start of my. I don't know what I used to have as an old skin. I was one of those people who change their skin like every week or something. For quite a while before I found the cat skin. I was like, oh, like this looks like my cat, so I'll just stick with this.
Oh, I completely forgot. I had it wrote down and I deleted it.
Floof.
Oh, there we go. But because I was gonna say, what's good with the whole like skin thing. I was expecting like this really big kind of story for it, and you know, it's just it looks like your cat. I feel like it would have been quite funny if you had like an anteater skin or like, you know, Ant-Man skin, I guess. I don't know. Something along those lines.
I was trying to mention people getting mixed up with the skin because I thought I was going somewhere else. People used to ask if my name was inspired by like Ant Venom way back whenever. Because he was super like old school YouTuber for Minecraft. So I did get a lot of that way back when.
How many ants have I had come on the podcast? I've had you now. I've had Ant Venom come on twice. I've had Antfrost come on. Isn't there another ant out there?
Sort of. Yeah, small ant.
The small ant.
Oh, small ant, of course. Yeah, to
From
happen.
the ant team.
Yeah.
True.
It's kind of interesting how many like I know Antfrost is a bit of a stretch. Okay, but I had to say. There's so many like people with that name in the community. Like it's not a bad thing, of course. It's just so popular.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Like in this community, you still.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Especially
still.
for such a creature, an ant more than anything. Like I expect a lot of like maybe wolves and cats in the community, but ant is out of nowhere. But you know, it's a good name as evidence with the what was it? I can't. It was the aqua. That wasn't
Mayhem.
aqua. It was the Cyant cat.
The most recent Mayhem.
Yeah.
There's me thinking about bloody Mayhem because I made that team. Yeah, you and Venom Small in that lane. Because we did make the Aqua Apples the R team, didn't we? It was who was on that team? You. Why am I blanking? Akko. Who else? Oh my god, I'm blanking. I don't. There was 2 other people on that team as well. But it was a full R team. There you go. It wasn't an ant team. Clearly, I can't remember on the spot. See, I've made a point and I've just completely forgotten about it.
I'm trying to remember now.
I'm scrolling.
I'm trying to remember. Actually looking
I'm
for it. I was just gonna brush off from that. Oh god, I go.
No, I've got to embarrass you here.
I'm cheating. I'm just going through Mayhem announcements. Not that team. I need to be first. Aqua Apples. Here we go. No, not that one. Oh goodness gracious.
Antfrost, Akko, and Aragon Telly.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The full ad
team.
I've had AJX and outrageous. I mean, you guys did team. I think like the season after that, anyways, in Mayhem, which we said before the podcast because I just completely forgot about it. We're kind of on the topic of tournaments then as well. You know, you've played in MCC quite a bit. You got introduced in MCC season 15. Placing 15th individual in your first season, which is pretty good, especially for the time of like kind of joining freshly. How did you get invited to that?
So I knew MCC like existed, but I had no idea like how to get in or anything this and that. And I had talked to I met Scott through Gumiho and another friend, and we all been like playing. We've all been playing League of Legends, and he sort of just brought it up. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Ant, you're on my wait list to get an MCC." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well that's cool, but like, why or how?" And he told me that a dream had requested for me to get in. So eventually, I was put on the wait list that way.
That's relatively cool. I didn't know that you could get on the wait list via other people.
They've ditched the waitlist now, I've heard. I said this last week as well on the podcast. I don't actually know if it's true. I just had a rumor that apparently the waitlist is gone now. And Ismail just said it somewhere on stream. Don't quote me on that though.
I have no idea.
Oh no, I'm not trying to get you to give me an answer. Sorry, so I wasn't trying to like goad you for an answer. No, I was just saying the statement out loud. But apparently it's been said. But I don't know. And if it has been removed, then that's kind of interesting. Because I think it just got to a point where they didn't want to like have like times change, people change kind of thing. So and that was, I mean that'd be my idea behind it anyway. You didn't even team with Dream in your first season. Your team was Smager, which is interesting.
I was team with Scott.
Yeah.
I don't think Dream and I ever actually did team together.
Nope, never happened. Do you know I'm an MCC nerd? So
you could have just said it. You could have said that without the MCC, AJ, and we would have still proved it.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, you've actually had some pretty solid teams in your time as well. Like, I mean, you teamed with Bad Boy Hello in 21. You know, teamed with Captain Sparkles
21
and 17. No, you've had some really cool teams.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a team where I've been like, eh. Like, I think I've always been super excited for any of the teams that I've gotten.
Yeah, I played 10th as a team. yet.
Yeah, no.
It came close.
I'm hoping to avoid that. I'll come
MCC
close.
Party 9th, your team place.
And MCC 34 too.
Oh, 34. Oh, you did, yeah. I completely scrolled past that. Rygo, Rocky, Bad Boy, Hunter, and Skeppy. That's actually a pretty cool team. I like that.
That was a rough one. Guy just like his PC was imploding during the event, and it was sort of unplayable for him. Like I'm pretty sure he swapped out his graphics card mid-event while we were playing because it was so bad.
You still managed to get 11. I have about 100 questions about MCC, as you can see.
I'll let AJ cook for a little bit. I'll sit back and listen because the MCC nerd, and I'll let them take full control here.
How much did you sort of know about going into the tournament? Because obviously you got invited by sort of Smager and Dream, but like when going into the first event, which was your first event was in season 2, I think it was the second one of season 2. How much did you sort of know about going into the actual event and what it was about?
I had seen at that point maybe 1.5 MCCs. So I didn't really know a lot, and I did like the usual stuff where I would like I watched about the event and stuff, but I didn't know like a ton of strats to this and that. I think our team was more of like a core fun team anyways. I mean, that was 5-Up's first time playing, and we had Scott there to help guide us and whatnot. So I knew an okay amount. I don't think, like, looking back, I probably thought I knew more than I did, but I did a little bit. I didn't know, like, I'd only seen it once. I did what I could with maybe watching one VOD, but like I was still a little newbie noob and didn't know that much.
Well, also back then it was probably quite a lot more difficult in terms of there weren't, you can go on MCC Island. It didn't exist.
Yeah. You got the practice server and that was it.
It was the practice server that's still there then. Okay. And then you still somehow managed to get 15th, which is a pretty good, solid performance for your first one, especially
for a first event. I think it was good.
For fun.
And
then you teamed with 5-Up again in the next one, and you had a bit of a stronger team because you had Tubbo and Fundy as well.
That was a pretty crazy team.
That is, I can imagine, especially then, how sort of nuts that team would have been. How a lot more crazy. Fundy was a lot more off the wall. That was before Fundy had the apparent ban, and then Tubbo was still young back then. Crazy.
That was like a super chaotic team, but it was fun. It was a good team.
But then it was your third go with 5-Up that actually saw you win, and this is one of my favorite teams of all time in MCC. It was you, H-Bomb, Gem, and 5-Up in MCC 20. And I feel like this is an underdog story because I don't think anyone expected this team to sort of perform where they did in the end.
If I remember correctly, I feel like predictions has anywhere from like second to like maybe 6th or 7th. Like it was usually middle-ish of the pack. But those who knew that we were like a super VOD review-y team at the time. Like H would do his stand the time of VODs, and like I would go on there, 5-Up would go on there, Gem was doing VOD reviews. Like we were very much like I can probably find the group chat. Like we were cooking up like an immense amount of strats in there. Like we had the whole chart built out for build mart for strats. Like there was like a whole drawn chart for this, and like there was everything going on. Like I don't think I've ever been as prepared for an MCC as I was for that one. Just going into it. So maybe a little bit underdog, but I think if you saw us how we were on streams as well reviewing, just imagine that would be even more amplified off stream in the group chat. I think we really wanted that win.
I hate to think where my predictions put you. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully I had belief then, but I don't know. That team's, looking at it now is cracked because I think you're such a good leader. I do have questions about that at some point. And then H-Bomb is sort of seen as the leader, and 5-Up seen as sort of this strange strategy type-esque leader, especially back then because everyone saw 5-Up as the hugest brain ever, thanks to Among Us. So it was such a fun team, and I remember the reaction to you guys winning was huge. And was this was the first one of the season, right? Well, not the first one of the season, but after. Yeah,
it was the first one of like the season back. Like it was like a season 2 break, and then it was season 2 back. Yeah.
Yeah, so that must have been a big build up of happiness.
Yeah, that was super hype. And like I was so happy. I mean, I've been wanting a win, and I hadn't made dodgeball yet, and then we got there, and it was definitely like it was super. Oh my god, I'm just like think about it now, like looking back, like I don't know if I've ever been that happy about winning an event ever.
It took you 12 more seasons after that to get another win.
Wow. That's just BM. You didn't have to mention that AJ at all. Like,
Well,
it's so uncalled for.
12 more canon.
That's not the biggest gap.
That's
so
definitely not the biggest gap.
I can live with that. I mean, we made dodgeball like 2 MCCs after that. We lost, but we made it.
I don't think. Yeah, you in Pride you made.
Yeah, in Pride, and then the 30.
Well, you came second place. That was the first one I watched your VOD for. Wait, I just watched you throughout for. So I was very heartbroken because that was the first one you actually watched my video. That was the first time you watched my videos on stream. My prediction all the way back then. Damn. So yeah, I was very heartbroken that you didn't win that one. You did so well, especially again we were a team I don't think many people predicted to do astonishingly well, even if it was a Pride event.
When
I don't remember how we were predicted to do that event. I have no idea.
I think I predicted you fourth, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
When signing up for events, do you have the option to pick like what your preferred team color would be?
No.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot.
You get your team color and that's it.
So between 16 and 21, then Pride 22, you have like there's a lot of you just always being on Aqua because that's what Scott said would happen after your first season of MCC.
It was, I don't remember what I said, but we had been on the practice server and me and Scott were bantering and he said, I can't remember what I said, but I sort of cooked him a little bit and he said that I was going to be on Aqua for the rest of my MCCs, which I was until I had to sub in, and then that sort of freed me, I think. Yeah.
But like since you've played on like for instance Yellow Yaks quite a bit, you played on Yellow Yaks in 30, then you played on it in 34, Twitch Rivals, Party, then that streak got broken in season 4. But like you've played like I see like even just scrolling through here, there's a lot of like repeat colours. You played red once, blue once. Is that pink there? Yeah. Oh no, it's purple penguins. Pink once, purple ones, orange once, lime once, cyan once. Oh no, cyan twice. Sorry, and then just a bunch of aqua and yellow. So
yeah. I mean,
if
I could pick, I would much pick aqua over yellow. Yellow is probably my least favorite team color. I don't like the color. It's just bleh. I would rather have something else. But I mean, you get what you get, and I've never complained about it because if I come out to Sky, is probably more likely to give me yellow. So
it's ironic because
yellow. There's like 5 seasons.
Well, I was going to say it's ironic because I think yellow's your like next most. I think you've got 5 yellow and 6 aqua, and then 5 yellow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, that's what I was getting at. You've played on those like quite a lot. And you've had 1 win on aqua, 1 win on red, and then 1 win on yellow. So look at that. They're your one highest wins.
I was going to go on to the next event you won because this is for me like the most impressive event win of a team because you won with Rambo, AMC, and Good Times with Scar, which I don't think anyone predicted.
No, that was like we were almost always like bottom 2 or 3 in predictions. I'm pretty sure. I remember when the team came out on Discord, I was like super excited. I was like, oh, I get to play with Scar finally, and like well, I played Scar at that point, but like Rambo and AMZ, I don't think I had played with Rian yet. I don't know if I'd even been on team with AMZ yet. Like the 3 of us, like the 4 of us together was like I was super excited. I was like, we're probably gonna get like rolled, but it's fine. It'll be a good vibes team. We're gonna have fun, you know. And if I remember correctly, we had a little bit of like a roller coaster of an event from the beginning to end.
Yes, I definitely think so. I just, as I say, I definitely predict you to 9th. I remember it.
I probably predicted my team 9th as well. But like, I don't know. Sometimes you have like a feeling about a team. Like you're like, even if like people say it's weak, you just like have a feeling, and it turns out right. And I had a feeling that we were going to do well, which I guess looking back at it, we did.
And that was a huge moment, obviously. But then the other huge moment is you winning Twitch Rivals. Only winning, you were your first place individual live in front of a huge audience. How?
I don't know. That felt like amazing. That was like surreal. I was like so like just like shocked that. Well, I was we did good. I thought I had a good team. I thought I had a very good team, but that we even performed that well. I managed to get a win and like arguably the coolest MCC they've done, which was awesome. I was so hyped. I was like, I mean, like the day before, I was like in my hotel room looking at like speed run times for the side maps. Like I really wanted to win here. I haven't done that much like nerding out and sweating for an event in a while, but I was very thirsty for a win on this one. And that was definitely like, I think this is maybe second best win feeling wise. I don't know, it's for second. It's I don't know. I feel like all three of my wins have been like hype in their own way, from either an underdog team or just getting the first win or like Twitch rivals. Like it's hard to even rank them, but this was super hype. I was happy I even got to play. I was like one of the last people in the Discord, I'm pretty sure, when they had been doing like the invites and getting people in and this and that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even sure if I was going to be in.
Oh, I can imagine it. That's also like the best Sky Battle game I think we've ever seen in MCC, and you and just Fruit killing pretty much everyone on opposing teams heading towards the finale. Yeah, I have such a like core memory of MCC Twitch rivals and that sort of huge event. I guess it's a good question to ask, but do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite twin?
A favorite twin?
A favorite win?
Oh, wait. I was like, well, I only have one as far as I know, so I don't know. This is like
Sophie's choice.
I want to go for either MCC 20 or MCC 32.
Okay.
Not that Rebels wasn't like a great win, but I had won twice at that point, and like that would just hype that it would happen to be at Twitch Rivals.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been it, because it's also first individual first place, and
I think I was.
People.
That's true, I guess. I think I was just more impressed with us as a team at MCC 32.
Yeah.
To be considered probably the weakest or second weakest team.
Yeah,
to have a nice comeback win, which is why I'm leaning towards that. But I don't know. I feel like they all have to have a really strong case. I don't know if I can. I feel like my answer has changed. I've probably said MCC 20 before, and I probably said all of them at one point or another. So I don't know.
Fair enough. Another Sophie's choice I have for you is, do you have a favourite team that you can remember?
Ooh.
They don't even have to be a winning team. There's so many.
I think, honestly, it's maybe a little bit of a surprise answer. My MCC 23 team that I subbed in for.
Oh, okay.
Was definitely one of my favorite teams to play on ever. Because looking at it, it's not really like an Antfrost team, or at least it wasn't at the time. And I subbed in like very, very last minute, like as in like 5 to 10 minutes before. I feel like maybe I knew like 20, 30 minutes. It was very short notice that I subbed in there. But like the vibes are great. I don't think I'd ever talked to Scar before at that point, and I like interacted with Cub and Jimmy here and there, like maybe the training server and stuff. But like I didn't really know anyone in the team going in that well. But like the vibes were great. We had a great time. It was like fun all around. I think that team was like predicted pretty low generally, and then I got put on there, and I hadn't really even proved myself in the event, and it was like predicted like, okay, well this team is just guaranteed last. And we managed to cook and perform pretty well. We definitely above expectations. I think that was a top team for me.
That's sometimes the best though. Like the teams that you don't expect to be like high vibes or good. Like, the teams that are not good per se, but like the teams that you don't expect to 100% vibe with because like you're unsure of, or you just never interact with the person, to turn out to actually be the ones where you're like, damn, that was a really fun event.
Yeah, 100%.
I still can't believe that you're the first person to ever complete all three vaults in Sands of Time. It's mental to me. It's just it's just crazy.
That was that in Pride?
Oh, what?
It was in Pride 23.
Oh yeah, I was with the Simmers. That was the remix.
It was yourself, Cryptic Zeus, Vixella, and Dr. Gluon.
That was so much fun.
Fifth place team, to be fair, as well. Like, that was crazy. And 9th individual. How did you do it? Like how did you complete all 3 vaults? I
know I took one for myself right off bat, and then I'm trying to remember. I know Zeus was going down one path. I think Sasha was our sandkeeper, and Gluon was our other runner. And then I managed to find Gold Key at some point, and it was like the old easy chain parkour. It's not the new hard one that's actually sort of hard. I just sort of speed ran through, and Zeus had mostly explored his path from that point, but I couldn't find the vault. So I remember him coming back and giving me the key, and I just been flying through and found that as well. I think we found green key somewhere. I don't know. That one was sort of a blur. There was a lot going on because of the potion effects, and it was it was a little chaotic, but that was definitely that was one of my best runs at Sands of Time. I also think it was a little bit easier on the sea. Like I think the sea they generated for that one was just an easy, like there was a lot of sand, we had a lot of I guess wiggle room compared to like at the end of season 3. Like some of those Sands of Time seeds just felt impossible. They felt like there was no sand. It was hard to run through. This felt like it was a little more easy mode, which might have helped me getting the 4 vaults.
From there, you've obviously gone into other events since. name a few. You've gone into Mayhem, Pandora's Box, and of course Block Wars. What sort of piqued your interest into going into events? Was it sort of your competitiveness had spiked to MCC and you sort of wanted to keep exploring it, or was it meeting other people in the community? What sort of pushed you to join?
Yeah, I think it was partially like competitiveness, and like I'm competitive MCC, and sometimes like I want to be. Maybe I'm on a competitive team, and it's like that's fine. I don't mind being more chill, whatever. I was like, okay, well if I get on other events, then they're probably gonna be more sweaty, so I can just like sweat there, and MCC can be more chill. But also like I don't know. I just find Minecraft events a lot of fun to play. Like it's a lot of it's just chill. You get to meet new people and have a good time usually. I think that was sort of what got my interest for other events, and I was like, okay, well I'll try. I want to say the first one I went to was Block Wars.
Yes,
maybe. I was like, okay, I like this a lot. This is fun. And I think I was also partially because I had friends who were like in the tester community. It was in that like were in Block Wars Origins, and I could play with them, and that was an event we could play in because they're MCC testers. So obviously we can't really we can talk about MCC, but like they can't leak things. We can't play together in an event format. So it was fun to be able to go to I can go to Block Wars and play this with them, and we can have a good time. Like I was able to play with Craft in events and Blue Skies clubs and a couple other friends that normally I wouldn't get to play events with. So I think it was like a combination of friends and competitiveness and wanting to branch out because I do genuinely enjoy. Like I can't think of very many events that I wouldn't replay again, or obviously not every event lives up to like the MCC standard, but
no, of course.
Like generally speaking, there's not many events I play that I wouldn't want to play this again. It's just generally fun. It's good content.
Which do you sort of have a perspective on the different events? Because obviously, as someone that I work on Mayhem as team building, and then I do I'm the player manager for Mania. Do you sort of have a perspective on how different events are sort of seen? Like I know people see Pandora's Box as extremely competitive because the teams are cracked, or Block Wars is a bit has obviously got a stranger player roster, a bit more out there player roster. Do you sort of see that within the community, and does that make you want to play more different ones, or compared to each other want to play more?
Yeah, I think definitely if I had to give it like a scale, I think Pandora's Box and Mayhem would be towards the more sweaty competitive side, and then you'd slide that down more towards like Block Wars, MCC. I'm sure there's some events that fall towards the middle. Like maybe outside of MCC, things are a lot more sweaty. Yes. And even I think Block Wars too. I think Block Wars recently has had a much less sweaty roster, but like outside of those two, every other event is way more sweaty, which I'm personally a fan of. I not that I hate playing for fun or something, but like I like playing in like high comp and having like everybody be super competitive. I think ironically I play better when there's higher comp. Looking at like how I place and do, and like something like Pandora's compared to Block Wars or MCC, it's a lot. I do a lot better in Pandora's, which to me doesn't really make sense because it's more sweaty there. But it is fun getting the different contrasts for events and like being able to play in all of them. It's like, okay, well if it's MCC, I don't have to take it as serious. Like if it's Pandora's, I'm making sure I'm de-rusted, I'm prepared for the event. I'm sweating because I know if I don't, I'm gonna get rolled.
Honestly, with like Block Wars, I feel like it's higher comp. I don't think it's sweaty, but I do think it's higher comp. I mean, we saw what was it like? I guess Chaos doesn't really count as like a serious event, but we saw like a team win, and then those 3 people get put on the exact same team again and win it again, which isn't like meant to be a bad thing. I'm not saying that a bad one. I'm just saying like these people are in the event, they won back to back as the same team. I feel like that has to kind of qualify as like, because they're not even really Minecraft creators, but they play in Block Wars, and I feel like that kind of has to qualify as a little bit of higher.
I think they're Block Wars tester ones.
No, I'm talking about handsome fella, Joe Bart.
Okay.
And why the name slipped my mind? Bloody Sneak Snack. There you go. So because they won it and they won Chaos back to back, which I mean, I guess like I say, Chaos doesn't really fully count, but I feel like it qualifies as a little bit higher comp at least. But then the subject.
I think Block Wars is like high. It's higher. I think it's higher comp than MCC, but I think they've been trying recently to make it less higher comp. Just
so hard to do with tournaments, in all honesty.
Which is really hard to do with tournaments.
We've looked at it for Mayhem, but like, how do you turn an event which has like decently, you need to win games, and then put like players in it who are going to be, is still going to be entertaining, right? I'm not saying like lower comp players aren't entertaining, because I'm a lower comp player. I'm very, I want to do well. I'm just crap at the game. But like, how do you kind of make an entire event based on that, and then still make it really, really entertaining for the people who like to watch the good players, you know?
Right. And I think having team games is always a good thing. Like games where you just don't have to interact with other teams if you don't like in a PvP sense or stuff like that. I think always helps with maybe having lower comp PvPs, like people who aren't as good or sweaty, just more enjoyable because it's like, okay, they can contribute without, Feinberg running them down and just instantly killing them in battle, right? Like,
yeah,
if you're playing Order Up, you can go get resources, you can do, X, Y, and Z thing, and you're not under fear of just getting instantly jumped and killed. So I think that's my solution. I think if you, yes, the sweaty event community, I have a feeling is like not a lot of love for team games, but I think that they're necessary for making a POV better for somebody who's not as sweaty. And it's probably just more enjoyable for that person too. Like if I was just constantly getting steamrolled because we're playing only PvP or movement games, I'm probably not going to have that good a time. That's going to make my POV worse because I might be tilted or annoyed or just not, not doing well and just not feeling it. So I think that, at least partially, I think team games can help there. There is only so much you can do, but especially if you have like a roster that is filled with sweats, it's hard. But I think the more people you have that are not sweaty or that are perform as well is probably the better. I think it just helps with balancing and making things more enjoyable for everybody. If it's one sweat to every two non-sweats, then it can be a lot more enjoyable for non-sweats because they have a chance to perform better in individual games, right? Like it's a hard balance though, especially because I think a lot of event players, people that seek out playing new events, are sweats, like myself and Purpled and Feinberg, like people like that who enjoy playing events generally. I think are on the more sweaty side. So it's hard.
For the sake of it, I'll let you include MCC in this answer. But first thing that comes to mind when I say this, what are your top 3 favorite event moments from any event, if you can think of 3 off the top of your head?
3 favorite event moments.
I'll just say you don't need to do 3. Like if you want to list off a few little ones, you can. It's just if you can think of any off the top of your head here.
I'll say any of my MCC wins can just count as one little category. I think those are all really good moments in themselves. I think honestly, winning my first Pandora's box. I don't want to just give all answers for wins, but being able to. I mean, it was a big enough crack team, but that was.
That's fine. I guess
that was a team with friends, and it was first time playing it, and we did really well and won. Almost a moment. I probably shouldn't count, but I almost beat the whole Parkour Warrior course until I missed the last jump. That could have been a top 3 moment.
That can count. I don't see why that wouldn't count.
Well, it didn't count because I missed the last jump and died, and then got tilted.
Yeah, but you can still be one of your favorite moments. It doesn't matter if you got in.
I think getting there was a moment in of itself. I was pretty proud of myself for what I almost accomplished. Event moments.
Because I don't remember which was Mania. I remember my first ever Mania was in Pride, and I somehow got into Pride. I remember coming first in the race game, and it's the best performance I've ever had in any game ever to this day. Because now I'm more cast than I played, to be honest. That's kind of my own fault why. But yeah, it's my best ever moments. I just clean sweeped.
Well, my first time getting first in the ace race, would be up there. I don't know. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Oh gosh. Playing with Antfrost was pretty cool.
Okay, well, what a cop out. That's such a
not finishing second to last. We didn't finish last, and it was a glorious day.
Both the teams I've played in, I'm interested to see how this event goes because this most recent one, because I whenever I make teams, I made 2 teams in Mayhem, and both teams have finished in the bottom 2, and I helped make teams this tournament, and obviously not every team can finish in the bottom 2, so I'm hoping by law it's just gonna be a low scoring, very close event, but who knows, all right? We'll see.
both teams had Antfrost, I think.
No,
both the Mayhem team,
no. The other team was Wolfie, Shadoon, Kara, and Boosfa.
Yes, you're right. Very bottom, very bottom. We won. We beat them. That's what was important about.
Oh no, this was from 2 different events. You were fighting against another team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, no, that was the team that we beat.
Was it?
Yeah, me and Ant beat that team.
Did I really make bottom frag teams in the same event? I thought it was in 2 different events.
No, your other team you made with the A team, and I was
because you went. Oh no, wait. Oh no, I made the A team. I'm getting confused with the A team. Yeah, no, I didn't make your team, AJ. The team of the 5.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So the 2 teams I made of bottom. Yeah, bottom. Okay, I'm actually. This is why I'm player manager and not really team maker. That's different. I help get people. I made the teams. There's people for that. So. If you had to like, okay, this is gonna sound like such a weird question, right? And I've kind of just thought of it on the spot, and it's come to my mind. I'm thinking this is a really cool question, but once I say it out loud, it might be a stinker. If you could just like go back in time right now and relive MCC from the start, but you're not allowed to like you'll relive your entire like last 4 years or from MCC 15, like that entire life as it is. Would you go back? Or would you like stay where you are now? And like, are you happy? Not happy, but you know what I mean. There's such a rough question I thought of on the spot here, but we'll see. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah, I'd probably go back and relive it. I think it was like once you've played an event a lot of times, like it can still be fun and have its moments, this and that, but like it doesn't quite hit the same as like, you know, the first, like your first time playing it, or even first few times playing it. So yeah, I'd probably go back and like, you know, relive that, because I think like the first time in any event that I've played has always been like, I feel like usually pretty special and fun. Yeah.
With the podcast then, Antfrost, is there anything in this podcast that you thought we was going to cover that we haven't, or have we done a pretty good job of covering all the bases? I feel like we've done a good job of covering everything.
I think so, yeah. I can't think of anything.
Well, with that then, AJ, unless you got something.
I was about to say, I was going to say, I'm sure we'll find some things in the Twitter question.
I'm about to ruin your transition because I had one more question. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Have you ever watched Spiderman, Antfrost?
Are we talking about like movies?
Yeah, like movie. Have you watched
Yeah.
Spiderman? Like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been playing. So I was at, so like I don't have a PlayStation, but whenever I look after another house, I play the PlayStation because I'm allowed to have my own account and stuff. And I've been playing Spider-Man 2 game. I'm actually gonna buy the first Spider-Man game next time after my pay. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I was watching Into the Spider-Verse earlier, and I thought, you know what, a perfect question to ask the person who has Ant in her name and has the skin of a cat. If you could be any Spider-Man, who would you be and why? Good question.
I don't know if I have an answer to this, and I don't think I've genuinely ever thought about this.
Well, what about you? I mean, okay, you can make your own Spider-Man, right? You don't have to pick one. Like, there's an infinite universe. If you could make your own Spider-Man, what would you be? And what would be your like special power?
I guess it would be very based off my sort of Minecraft digital persona.
Okay.
And then some have some sort of like hacking ability.
Okay.
I guess it's just based on like all the stuff I've made for my Minecraft character. Sort of based around that, I guess, and sort of my own channel lore and so on.
Do you have an answer, Anne, or no?
I'm like
Spider cat.
Maybe Spider Cat. I could be sort of chill.
There is a spider
Catwoman.
cat. There's one in the movie. That's a different superhero.
No, that's a pig in the movie.
No, that's the Simpsons movie.
What?
There's a cat in the second. Oh, you're thinking of Spider-Ham. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not thinking of the
yes.
Simpsons movie. No.
No,
It's like I heard Spider Pig, and I was thinking of the Simpsons too. I know what you mean, AJX.
In the second, Spider-Ham is actually Spider-Ham's funny because Spider-Ham is the origins is it was a spider that was bitten by a radioactive pig, and then they became Spider-Ham. Anyway, there's a cat in the second Into the Spider-Verse movie.
There you go, Antfrost. We have your answer. You're welcome. I guess.
There we go.
Now you can go and tell me your answer.
Incredible question.
Mine would be a Thanos Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with like the gauntlet, and I can just be like good guy. I feel like that'd be cool to say. Spider-Man with the gauntlet. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Kind of goes against the whole like belief thing.
Well,
So
that's the real question. Would you like be a good person? Would you be a hero, or would you just like, you know, like
Okay.
me personally, like saving people is cool and all, but maybe I'd rather just be like chilling and like doing my own thing, you know? Like I don't know if I want to be like a hero.
I reckon it'd make you better at Minecraft events.
Probably.
Your action speeds would be quicker.
It's like maybe you're
but
like
then
you're
what if
playing
you're,
Sky
like,
Battle and
stick
your
to the
spider
keyboard?
sense goes off because somebody's behind you, and you know that could be chill.
That makes it look like nothing. You just swing round and start critting out that person behind you.
that's what you should do next MCC. Just make like a lore joke, like or you'll just be in Sky Battle, right, and go, "Oh, my spider senses are tingling," and just turn around and hope someone's there. You won't do it for a bit. Go on, you have to.
I feel like I have to do that multiple times until somebody's actually behind me, but
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
and then
you just call that out.
There we go.
like, it might be awkward. I've turned around, there's just nobody standing there.
But if you do it again, right, you just do it every single time. Or you're doing like battle boxes, like right before the game starts, you go, "Oh, my spider senses are tingling," and then there's like 4 people running at you. And it's just like, yeah, that's how battle box works, and that's just how the game works. Yeah, anyways, go on, do your smooth transition now, AJ. Go.
Yes, well, if there isn't a question we haven't thought of yet, then maybe there'll be one in the Twitter questions. I feel like there should be a theme there, but
No,
oh well.
I can't be bothered.
Do you want to start, Orbits, or should I?
Yeah, I'll go. Because this is actually one that I was going to ask you on the podcast and I forgot, so I guess it works. This is from Cass. I see you, Queen. Will we ever see the return of YouTube Frost? I mean, you're very active right now with one upload 3 years ago. Will we ever? Will we ever see a return? They actually have 2 questions, so we'll ask the other one after that. But yeah.
If I ever figure out what I would actually want to post or upload on YouTube, maybe. But as it stands right now, I have no idea what I would post on YouTube. So
MCC highlights. No? You can do, like,
I mean that's probably all I could post right now.
The tier list of your favorite Spiderman. There you go.
True.
Just take my channel. Just do predictions and top 10s of MCC. That's all I do.
That's a good idea. I like that. Smart.
There's a few people that do.
The second question, then, which might seem more of like a thinking here. Where do you see Minecraft, YouTube, MCC, other events going in the near future?
That's a good question. I feel like Minecraft is at ups and downs. Like in terms of popularity and this and that, and maybe we're in a bit of a slower era right now, although I think the 15-year thing has helped bring some popularity back, but I don't know. I think that MC events will still be like around, at least for a year or 2 more at least. I think it just sort of depends on, I guess, if Minecraft stays popular or not. But there's a lot of like new cool events that are being made or done and this and that. So I don't think they're gonna go away like anytime soon.
My first question is from a wonderful, wonderful skin maker, Dovi, and they said, "Am I your favorite skin artist?" They said, say yes or I retire.
Well, seeing as I think they're my only skin artist.
Mine too.
I don't know if there's really that much. I don't know if there's really much competition there. So I guess so, yeah. But in seriousness, Dovi has always done an amazing job on skins. So
you just let them get a free compliment on my podcast. Anyway, this is outrageous.
Well,
they deserve it, but still, like
Dovi makes all my skins as well, so I think they deserve it.
No, yes. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm just saying it's happened. So.
Free advertisement. Get a Dovi skin today, everyone.
Get a Dovi skin today, there you go.
I can keep go for an actual serious one, or do you want me to?
Didn't they have like a second one? No, I'll let you ask the rest of the.
Oh, they do.
Ask the second one, and I'll let you ask the rest. I'm kind of out with 2 questions.
Which Origins team are more fun to play? Team Rune from Block Wars Origins Game Night, or Team Hex from Block Wars Origins 24? For scientific reasons, of course.
I don't get the lore here. I feel like there's lore. There has to be, especially after that laugh.
Wait, Team Hex or Team? What was the second team?
Rune. Dovi was on both of them. I think that's the scientific reason.
I think so. Probably
neither.
Team Rune.
Why?
Probably because Team Hex was like I was a sub in I think for Team Hex sort of last minute, whereas Team Rune was more planned-ish. Like I was meant to be on that team, I guess, and also I think it was like Block Wars Game Night, so it was like the old ancient Block Wars, which was more fun to mess around and just sort of be goofy and silly. Compared to Hex, we were like sweating and trying and this and that, which can be fun. But I as of late, I've had more fun just messing around and being goofy and silly. So yeah.
Why do you use your left hand in Minecraft? Very serious question here.
Okay,
everyone.
Also, I've got one more after. I just want to put that out there.
The serious answer is that I've been practicing a lot of PvP and trying to get better at the game with the Greninja Stew, and one of the things that they've been told or they told me about is sometimes it helps visually just having it on the left side so you can see more and all that, just with like something dominant eye. I don't really know. It was some sweaty stuff, but I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a try. I don't really know. I put it on left hand, and I just liked how it looked more, I like how it felt. Also, I have thought people who use left hand and just thrown me off, and I almost always get rolled by them because I'm so confused on what's happening with like what they're holding. Like I'm used to the default, right hand is main hand, so seeing somebody come at me and start swinging for their left hand is like it just threw me off, and I sort of got rolled. So I was like, okay, well, if that does it to me, maybe I'll do it to the other people, and That's a little added benefit. But I just like how it looks. I don't know. I think I've gotten used to it now, and I think I can see better with it on left side. So
That's
yeah.
fair enough reason.
My one comes from Noah/Nova. I'm sorry if I pronounced like the Noah part wrong, but I think it's right. There's no H. So anyways, are you roommates with fellow Twitch star Velvet is Cake?
Yeah, we're roommates for 2 years, 3 years. I don't know, something like that. I say very, very good roommates, and yeah.
You get along well, at least. That's cool.
Yeah, I get along well, pretty well.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad.
Anyway, I'm out of Twitter questions now, AJ, if I'm honest. That was it from me.
I guess I have one more. What has streaming? This is from Solar Polar. What has streaming done for you / brought to you? I think it's quite a deep one to end with.
Ooh, that was a deep one. Well, I mean, first off, it got me a job, which I didn't have before. So I guess there's that, and it allowed me to be able to move out to Cali to live with Red. It has gotten me a great community. This is a deep question. Holy shit. I feel like my life 100% has been for the betterment of being able to stream and like having my community. All that has been amazing, and I feel like there's always negatives with everything, and I'm sure that, well, I won't go over the negatives of being a streamer. I'm sure you can imagine, but I think the positives generally do outweigh it, and being able to go live and see regulars and chat and talk to people, and not has definitely been like something I didn't think I would ever do as a job, but I've gotten a lot of enjoyment from it, and I would say it's been overall very positive on me.
Good. What a lovely way to end it. I'm glad, and I hope you'll stream for a long time more.
I hope so. I'll stream for as long as I can.
Next year. I hope you're still streaming next year. I hope you're still streaming next month, Antfrost, anyway. So.
Yeah.
With that being said then, lads, that sadly brings the end of today's InsideMC. Before I do the outro here, we always like to give the opportunity for you to promote yourself. Anyone who's listening this far and may have never watched your content before and really wants to check out the YouTube video, sorry, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Antfrost for the most part. I mean, I'm active. I have a Twitter account at Antfrost. Don't use it that often, but that's about it. YouTube, I mean, you can go watch the one video if you want from like 3 years ago now, 4 years. But mostly Twitch. Video. I just stream on there semi-occasionally, regularly. Probably should stream more, but we're getting there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, AJ, for coming on for your first ever InsideMC. Like I said, very special
occasion. Thank you for having me.
No worries. And you made time on a Sunday for me. No way.
I did. Busy Sunday as well.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Antfrost. You've been an amazing guest, and thank you for taking time out.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come on. And I enjoyed this podcast. It's good. And, I kind of it was nice to sit back and just listen, right? Because normally I'm talking, I'm yapping a lot. I feel like AJ took a lot more like walk this time, which isn't a bad thing. It's a great thing. So thank you both for just doing an amazing podcast. And yeah, thank you all for the listeners. With that being said, that sadly brings the end of this week's InsideMC. Thank you all for listening. Stay safe. Don't eat too much bread. Pieces. Right, that's the practice over. Let's get into the main thing.
Yep. We only got half an hour. Need to be quick with it.
We can cram it in.
Fine.